Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another vlog. A little bit more of a cheerier vlog than the last one. Just wanted to sit down and say I came back from the movies about 45 minutes ago, I'd say. I went with a friend and his wife to see the X-Men Days of Future Past, which was pretty awesome. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the movie. I'm a big fan of the X-Men movie series. I own all the movies that have come out since the first X-Men a long time ago. I guess it's got to be pushing close to 12, 15 years since the first movie came out. Always been a big fan. In particular, really enjoyed this movie and the last one. You know, kind of a different take on the X-Men series. Not necessarily a reboot. Prequels, perhaps. I don't know. It's really hard to figure out what to call it because, especially after this Days of Future Past, it's really hard to know which, if any, of the prior movies even still exist. Do they still apply to the movie's canon or not? If you haven't seen the new movie, then I don't want to say anything more and spoil anything. But it will really leave you thinking, what's real? What's not? It's one of them time travel things. I'm sure most people who are into the X-Men movies know by this point that this newest movie had a lot of time travel-ish elements, and the earlier X-Men characters meeting the later ones and all that. Anyway, point is, I really, really enjoyed it. It was a really good movie. Visual effects were awesome. Maybe could have been a little bit more in terms of action sequences. Not that that's all that movies should be about, but that's my one complaint about a lot of comic book and superhero movies over the last several years, at least the last decade or so. Story is important, but a lot of people, they come to see those movies because they want to see those superheroes doing their thing. There could have been a little bit more of that in this movie, but for what there was and for who shows up in the movie and all that, it was definitely worth seeing in the theater. Excuse me. Now, I didn't pay anything to see this movie, and that's just one of my little secrets as to why. Nothing illegal going on here. I don't sneak in the back doors of the theater or anything, but had I spent money on the movie, I would have been satisfied with laying down the money. But like I said, thankfully I didn't have to. But it's well worth seeing if you're an X-Men fan. It's an absolute must that you see it at some point, even if you don't catch it in the theater. I'm at a point now in my life where I'm perfectly fine watching it once it comes out, either buying it or renting it. But it was well worth going to the theater. Plus, there's just the experience of seeing a movie on the big screen, and I went, like I said, with a friend and his wife, so it wasn't all by my lonesome. So yeah, it was a good thing. I enjoyed it. So that's really all I wanted to do. I just thought I could make a quick video, but I did want to say one thing. I just don't want anybody to think that the previous vlog was, now it's in the past and forget all that stuff. It was important for me to get all that stuff out. I felt it in some ways being like unclogging a drain. It allowed stuff to kind of pass through and I could move forward. But there were a couple people who left nice comments, and I got one personal message, and I just want those people to know I saw that, and I will respond to them in time. But I appreciate people commenting, meaning they had watched it, and people saying they could relate, and the advice that I got and whatnot. It's not lost on me. I have to work on things for myself, but it's really nice to have people out there kind of, holding me up a little bit, and that support means a lot to me. And it also means a lot not only to know that I'm not the only one going through that stuff, not that I ever believe that it's just me, but I know there's other people out there. It's nice to have that confirmation. it's also nice to be able to let other people realize that they're not alone in feeling these ways. So I guess the last thing I would just want to say is I'm not the world's greatest conversationalist, but I listen well, and if anybody else wants to comment, wants to send a personal message, feel free to do so, because I can be ears that you can vent to, et cetera, et cetera. Or if anything else, maybe somebody out there will see the video and realize maybe they could sit down and do a video and get some stuff off their chest too. It's therapeutic in a way, but it's just a first step for me, and I know that it's much more than just letting it out. Actions have to be taken. I do have the hat back on. I'm still dealing with that and a lot of other things. So I just wanted to say that to let people know that I heard what you had to say, and I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Thanks to the computer for going into screensaver mode. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is.